Got a new warning today that ISIS will try to launch more deadly attacks this year in Europe as ISIS releases a new video of the French terrorists shown here. Europol calling ISIS the most significant terrorist threat in more than 10 years. A new European counterterrorism center on alert for European nationals who have gone to fight with militants in Syria and Iraq and have likely come back home.
Its primary focus will be on targeting the community of 5,000 European nationals that have been radicalized by conflict experience in Syria and Iraq.
Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, chairman of the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, with me in studio. Nice to see you in New York.
Morning, Bill.
And welcome here. What do you think about what Europe is doing when you consider the possibility that 5,000 Europeans have gone to Iraq or Syria to join the fight with a European passport?
Well, they're recognizing the real danger here. You know, we hope this isn't true, but we have to basically plan on the fact that it is true. This is a real and growing threat, and I've always said that the first line of defense to try and keep us safe and Europe safe is an effective intelligence gathering capability, and that means sharing information. I'm sure that's what this counterterrorism center is doing. Same thing as our own national counterterrorism center, trying to break down those walls, those stovepipes, like the 9/11 Commission asked us to do. Share information, share that intelligence, and try and put those pieces together, because sometimes it's just minor little threads that, if they stay compartmentalized, we're not going to be able to stop them.
This is the description in Europe to become a central information hub in the fight against terrorism in the EU. It's a new terrorism center. But you are saying we already have this?
Yeah, we have our national counterterrorism center. It's interesting they've actually named it something similar. My guess would be perform a similar function about, again, trying to gather that information, centralize it, and have just a coordinated effort of looking at it, because you've got all these needles in a growing haystack, and it's extremely difficult to prevent these attacks.
I thought what they said today was quite intriguing, because they expect another attack. And they were honest and said, we just don't know where and when. And anyone could be a victim. That was their message.
Yeah, Bill, President Obama said he was going to end wars. I mean, that's a great goal, but the fact of the matter is there's only two ways to end a war. Either both sides have to agree to end it, and ISIS is not giving up. Islamic terrorists are not giving up, or you got to defeat them. And that's why I think we've got to double and triple our efforts to actually defeat ISIS, deny them that territory, end that caliphate, is our first step in a very long struggle to stamp out Islamic terror around the world.
Do you think any of that's going to change in 11 months?
No, because I don't see a commitment out of this administration to actually accomplish the goal that President Obama stated himself about 16 months ago: degrade and defeat ISIS. We're doing some containment territorially, but not globally. I mean, we've heard reports there are 30 countries that have ISIS affiliates around the world. They're going into Afghanistan to take over the poppy fields to, again, generate that revenue. The reason you have to deny them that territory is that's what allows them to have that caliphate, and as they continue to dig their roots in there, they're going to generate more revenue, whether it's from oil sales, whether it's from taxing people, whether it's from the drug trade. They're going to become more and more powerful and more dangerous.
On that video, we saw clearly that these French terrorists were trained in Syria. And so if you have a safe haven, be it Syria or Western Iraq or even northern Libya, you can plot and plan.
Absolutely. That's the danger. And that's, of course, why we went to Afghanistan, is you have these failed states. Now we have more failed states. And we also have this central hub, this caliphate, that's recruiting and inspiring this kind of homegrown activity that we saw in San Bernardino, California.
Yeah. During the introduction to you, we also showed the picture of Prime Minister David Cameron. The reason we showed that is because his face is on that video, which is a direct threat toward England. Sir, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Senator Ron Johnson from Wisconsin, my guest here in studio. We'll talk again. Thanks.